Yeah, just started the recording, so let's start. So our theme for today is just throwing some shapes. So we're going to be doing a nice yoga flow, just to, a usual morning wake up, get the body moving, but there's going to be some distinct shapes in there. So this is the first one. We're going to sit in a comfortable seat. So sit on a block if that's good for you, and that's good for your hips as well to sit on the block. Doesn't put so much pressure when you try to drop your knees down to the side. And we're just going to sit here quietly for a moment. So make sure your spine is nice and upright. So imagine I'm pulling you up by the crown of your head, sitting straight and tall, and relax the shoulders. And just place your hands wherever feels comfortable. So it may be on your thighs with your palms facing up, maybe in your lap. And just gently close your eyes. So we're just going to do a few rounds of box breathing. There's our first shape, a box. And we do this quite often at the beginning of the class because we want to settle the body. And by keeping our nice upright spine, we're enabling any blockages to be free. So we want to move the energy around our body, which is what our breathing practice would do. And I just read something recently which I thought was really interesting, and they likened the moving of energy around the body to, it's to release prana, our energy. And some of the descriptions that I read were saying it was like releasing a great bird. So letting a great bird find its freedom, like an eagle or a hawk or a red kite or something. So think about that as you're breathing and visualize that releasing of something that's happening, particularly through the central channel. So let's do a few rounds of box breathing. So that is breathing in through the nose and imagining that you're breathing along the top of a box. And it's quite nice to count. So I do that for 4. And then as you breathe out, you're breathing down the side of the box. 4 counts once more. And then you breathe in along the bottom of the box. 4 more counts. And then as you breathe out, you're coming back up the other side. 4 more counts. So let's just sit quietly and do 4 more rounds of that. So breathing in, out down the side, breathing in, along the bottom, out and up the other side. Breathing in, out, breathing in, and out. Breathing in, and out. Breathing in, and out. Last time, breathing in, and out. Breathing in and out. Just sit for a moment, just noticing how you're feeling. Maybe a little lighter. Maybe you did release some of that prana into your body. You don't bring it in, it's there. Our prana is there in our body, our energy. They say it's there from the point of conception. We're just allowing it to move more freely. We're releasing any blockages. And breathing practices are the best way to do that. So with your eyes still closed, just drop your chin towards your chest. Blinking your eyes open. And lift your head. Welcome to class. So let's come into an all fours position. So having your hands spread wide on the mat, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, just sit back into extended child. So reach the hands forward along the mat. Start to feel that stretch, that opening into the back body. Knees are slightly wide so your chest fits down between your knees. And then taking a breath in, bring yourself up to all fours once more. So we're going to do some cat-cow movements here, but we're going to imagine like a wave of movement through the back. And we're going to think about the back being in 5 segments. So the pelvis is the first one, and then the lower back, the mid back, the upper back, and the neck. And we're going to try and move those 5 areas. So we're really thinking about shifting the areas of the back. So we always start at the pelvis when we're breathing in and when we're coming into cat and when we're coming into cow. So take a breath in and we're going to start moving on the out breath. So we're coming up to cat. So tuck the pelvis under, then feel the lower back, then the mid back, then the upper back, and then lastly, drop the crown of the head towards the mat so the neck is opening. Take a breath in. We're going to start from the pelvis once more. So starting to tilt the pelvis, breathing out, lower back, mid back, upper back. Feel it getting into the shoulders slide towards each other. Lift your head, look forward of the mat, so stretching the front of the neck, the throat. As we come into cow, so we're going to do 2 more of those, exactly like that. So breathing in, breathing out, tuck the pelvis, lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, drop the head. So when we focus like this, we get much more awareness of what's happening in the body. So breathing in, breathing out, tilting the pelvis. This is what they mean by taking your senses inwards. So it's quite nice to do it with your eyes closed. So, you're looking and you're feeling internally, feeling what's moving, and looking internally sounds really weird, but it's because we're thinking about the movement of those 5 areas. So we're in cow, so we're going to come back to cat once more. Breathe in, breathing out, tilt the pelvis, lower back, mid back, upper back, and drop the head. And you might find that you're coming up just a little bit higher. Breathe in and breathe out. Last time. So pelvis, lower back, mid back, upper back. Lift the head. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And breathe in. Come back to all fours. Well done. So I hope that felt good. So feet into the mat, taking a breath in. As you breathe out, lift your knees and your hips, come to downward facing dog. Let's just have a little walk of the feet. So sending the heels one and the other down to the mat. And then release both heels to the mat. Just stay for one breath here in downward facing dog. And then walk your feet all the way back to your hands, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. So just gently, that first one, have a bend in your knees, have your fingertips towards the mat or hands if they're a bit more flexible. And then taking your hands to the back of your head, and take your elbows out to the side. Take a breath in and slowly, slowly roll yourself all the way back up. So we're going to open at the top, taking a breath in, just slightly tilting the head, keeping the hips straight, keeping the tummy muscles engaged. And then as you breathe out, you're going to roll all the way back down with the hands still in that position. Bend in the knees. Coming back down, release the hands to the mat and back to your forward fold. Drop the head towards the mat. So plant your hands, bend your knees, step your right leg back, then your left leg, you're in plank. So let's hold this strong plank for one breath. And then on your next inhalation, lift your right toes away from the mat. And then take the foot out to the side, tap the toes down. And then bring the extended leg back, the toes are hovering, and tap the toes back down into plank. Let's do the same on the other side. So breathing in as you lift your left leg, breathing out, send it to the side, tap the toes down, breathe in, bring it up, breathe out, tap it back into plank. Take a breath in, breathe out, downward facing dog. Think about the prana now. Now it's shifting around the body. Take a breath in. Walk your feet all the way back to your hands. Back into Uttanasana, forward fold. Take your hands to the backs of your head. Keep your knees soft. Breathing in as you bring yourself up. Elbows out wide. As you reach the top, just gently lift the chin, lifting the chest, opening out. Breathing out, diving all the way back down. Releasing the hands to the mat. So we're going to go through that little set of movements twice more. So hands to the back of the head, breathing in as you lift yourself up. Gazing upwards as you lift the chin, breathing out, tucking the chin, keeping the elbows out wide, down to the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Breathing in, step your left leg back this time, then your right leg, you're back in plank. Breathing in, lift the right toes, breathe out as you tap them. Breathing in, bring out to the side, I meant. Breathing out, send it back into plank. Breathe in, lift the left toes. Breathe out, tap it out to the side. Breathe in, back to center. Breathe out, back into plank. Breathe in, breathe out, downward facing dog. Hold your down dog for one breath. Breathing in, walk your feet all the way back to your hands. Uttanasana, forward fold. Might feel a little easier now. Breathing in, hands to the back of the head. Keep the elbows out wide. Slowly, slowly coming up. Lifting the chest as you gaze up. Well done. Let's go down once more, breathing out as we dive all the way down to the mat. Breathing in, bringing yourself up. So we're doing the last set Lifting up, elbows out wide. Breathing out, down to the mat. Hands to the mat, back into Uttanasana. Breathing in. Breathing out, step back into plank. So you know the moves now. Breathing in, right foot up. Breathe out, tap it to the side. Breathe in, take it back to center. Breathe out, send it back into plank. Breathe in, left foot. Breathe out to the side. Breathe in. Breathe out, back into plank. Breathe in. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Hold your down dog for one breath. Breathing in, walk your feet all the way back to your hands. Uttanasana, forward fold. Breathing in, hands to the backs of the head. Take your elbows out wide, slowly, slowly. Coming up. Lifting the chin, lifting the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Breathing out all the way back to the mat. And this time, we're going to release the hands to the mat and step the knees back to all fours. Take your knees wide, toes together. Come back to child's pose. So arms reaching forward. If you want extended, or hands alongside the body, if you just want to curl up there for a moment and let your breath settle. So simple movements, but they do shift that prana, don't they? Just take a few breaths here, letting the body settle. Well done. So now come back to an all fours position. We're back here in all fours. We're going to step our right foot back, then our left into plank. So hold in that plank just for one breath. In and out. Knees to the mat. Cross your feet at the ankles. We're going to bend our elbows as we chaturanga down to the mat. So taking a breath in, breathing out. Elbows go back. Chin, chest comes to the mat. Just scooping through and just coming into a little mini cobra. And then slide your hands forward in front of you. So have your little fingers pressing into the floor, thumbs are up, and feel the tops of your feet on the mat. So take a breath in, and as you breathe out, bring the hands back into cactus. So this can be quite strong on the lower back. So it's your choice. You can slide your hands along the floor, so you're going to get shoulder work, or if you lift them just an inch or two away from the mat, it's going to get stronger into the lower back. So breathing in as you reach forward, breathing out, back into cactus. So we're doing 3 of these. Breathing forward, breathing out cactus. And then the last one, hold it in cactus for a moment, keeping your chest just slightly lifted if possible. And then send the hands out wide in a T shape, palms facing down. Take a breath here. Breathing out, send the hands back behind you like Superwoman. Breathing in. Breathing out, hands back alongside the chest. Pressing your knees and your feet into the floor as you come up into plank position. Well done. Breathe in. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Just bring your feet in a little closer Find your down dog. And then breathing out as your knees come to the mat, take them wide, sink back into child's. Just let your breath return to normal. Few breaths here. Just releasing, noticing how you feel. And then breathing yourself back up to all fours. Breathing out, downward facing dog. Okay, let's do a little flow here. So from downward facing dog, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, just draw your right knee up towards your chest. You're tucking your head, bringing your knee up towards your chest. And as you breathe out, send it down towards the mat as if you were going to tap it down. So you sort of shift forward a bit. Breathing in, drawing it up. Breathing out, extend the leg. Three-legged dog. Breathing in. Breathing out, bend the right knee, open out that right hip. Just be careful with your hips. If this doesn't feel good, just keep the legs straight. Breathe in, back to the center. Breathing out, step the foot forward. Help it through if you need to. Now this is where a block can come in handy. You can put your block on the inside of your foot, because your left hand is now on the block and your right foot forward, left foot back. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, sweep this right hand all the way around your back, and maybe it reaches your left hip. So you've got an option here. You can plant that back foot. Your hand is on the block. And the reason why we're doing that is because it helps you to then open the chest a little bit more as you lift that right shoulder up towards the ceiling. So you can see without the block, the tendency is to collapse over the leg. With the block, we can open the chest much more. Well done. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release your right hand back to the mat. Move the block out of the way and position that back leg into warrior position. And as you take a breath in, we're going to engage the right hip and the right leg. So be careful coming up, Jane, and reach your hands up into warrior one and then immediately warrior two. So right hand forward, left hand back. Take a breath in. Breathing out, drop the left hand to the back leg, turn the right palm to face the ceiling. Peaceful warrior. Breathe in. Breathing out, back to warrior two. Breathe in. Breathe out, circle the hands back to the mat. Realign that back foot and step back into downward facing dog. Just take a breath here. So we're going to repeat all of that on the other side. So find your down dog, just the position of your feet if you need to. And then take a breath in, draw the left knee up to the chest. And as you breathe out, send it down towards the mat as if you're going to tap it down. So you just hover the body a bit further forward. Breathe in, bring the knee back up. Breathe out, extend it into three-legged dog. Breathe in. Breathing out as you bend the left knee, dropping it over towards the left heel, over towards the right hip. Opening out that left hip. Gazing under the left arm. Breathe in as you return that leg to position and send it out back into three-legged dog. Breathing out, step it forward and through. Helping it through if you need to. That's it, well done. So have your block on the inside of the foot once more. Right hand on the block this time. Take a breath in. Sweep this left arm forward in a big circle and wrap it around. So the back of the hand will be on your right hip or on your back, wherever it reaches. Right hip is good. And then taking a breath in. As you breathe out, extending that left shoulder up to the ceiling as you open the chest. I'm showing it you from the other side here. So just finding that opening in the chest. Take a breath and then release the hand back to the mat. Take the block out of the way. Realign that back foot into warrior position. Take a breath in. Engage your left thigh, your left hip, and bring yourself up. Or you can drop your right knee to the mat to bring yourself up if that's easier. So warrior one, and then release immediately to warrior two. Take a breath here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right hand to the back of the left leg. Left hand reaches out, palms facing you. You're in peaceful warrior. Breathe in. Breathe out. Back to warrior two. Well done. Breathe in. Breathe out as you circle the hands all the way back to downward facing dog. Releasing that left foot backwards. Take a breath here. And then knees to the mat. Take them wide, toes together. Sink back. Child's pose. Just taking a breath here to settle. But take a moment and notice how you feel. So there might have been some strong moves in what we just did. But when we take this time to just come and recover and settle and just feel the benefits of everything that we've done. And then breathing yourself back up to an all fours position. So everybody okay? She asks tentatively, as you'll say, I'm working you too hard. Yeah, good, thank you. So let's come back to our back all fours and then toes into the mat. As you breathe out, lift your hips into downward facing dog. And just notice how much easier this is now. Everything flows so much better after those few movements. Okay, so from down dog, we're going to walk our hands around to the side of the mat and walk our feet to the side. So we're in a forward fold, but a wide leg forward fold. And then take your hands to your hips. Just keeping a nice flat back. Send the hands behind you and interlace the fingers. So squeeze the shoulder blades together. Nice flat back. And breathing in as you just press into the mat and bring yourself up. Brilliant. So let's get into a few more of our shapes. So we're going to do pyramid first. So right toes are going to turn out to the short end of the mat left toes are turning in towards the right foot. So they're not pointing forward, they're just slightly turned in. And then we're going to shift our hips so that they face the right leg. Our hands are still interlaced behind our back. So taking a breath in here, and we're going to use this pyramid pose to transition us into triangle. So before we do that, just have your block handy. Take the block and put it by the inside of your right foot. Just have it there, just in case. So we'll go back to our setup of pyramid. So your right toes are pointing forward, your left toes slightly turned in. Take a breath here, keep your hands interlaced, find that those strong arms as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. And as you breathe out, just tip out over the right leg. Send the arms up behind you. Triangle is coming, but pyramid is another shape. And then taking a breath here. We're going to release our right hand, place it on the block. Now I've put the block on the inside of your foot. So you just decide when I come into triangle, I tend to have my hand on my ankle. But you can also have it on the inside of the foot, which is why I've given you the block here. If you tend to find your balance is better with the hand on the outside, then shift the block to that. Just be careful that you don't sort of shift your weight a little bit too much over to the right. So try it, just see what's good for you. So if you're going to keep the block there, have it in the position that's right for you. And then take your left hand, sweep it all the way around your back once more, and open up the chest. So just as we did before with the bent leg, coming into triangle, but with a bit of a bind. And your hand on your ankle or your inside of the foot. But use the block if you need to, because that helps to open the chest. And then take a breath in. And as you breathe out, release the hand up to the ceiling. If your gaze is good, or your balance is good rather, you can gaze to the left hand. Take a breath here, release the hand and have it back on your right hip. So we're going to try a little balance from here. So bend your right knee, step your left foot about 12 inches closer, and take your hand to just in front of your foot. Block can come in handy here as well. You can put it down and put your hand on the block if you can't reach to the ground. So from this position, you're going to lean into that right hand and just release the back leg. Well done. So just coming into that balance, it's a little bit like when we come into half moon, but not quite the full move. We're going to keep our hand on our back. And sometimes just having the hand there gives you a little bit more stability. So take a breath in and then gently step that foot back and back to our triangle position. Release the hand back up. Slowly, 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 bend in the right knee, pressing into the mat. Back to warrior two. Well done. Release the hands and swivel the feet back to that wide leg position. Just take a moment here before we move to the other side. So you can tell that it's tough. It's got the prana moving. My breath is a little bit shorter. So just let everything settle. And then we're going to try the other side. So if you're going to use the block, have your block handy. So from this wide leg position, take your hands behind, interlace the fingers. You can try interlacing them in a different way with a different thumb on top. Changes the stretch up the inner arms. And then squeeze the shoulder blades together as you just send the body forward and gaze to the mat. Lifting the arms. And then breathing in, bring yourself back up. Turn the left toes to the short end of the mat. Turn the right toes in. And then shift the pelvis, so shifting your hips so that they're facing down that left leg. Take a breath in, breathe out, and lower the body over the left leg, lifting the arms away from you. So breathing in, breathing out, pyramid pose. And then release the hands to your back. Take your left hand down to the mat or your foot or block, whatever you're going to use. Right hand is going to wrap behind your back. Take a breath in as you twist into your triangle pose. So remember the options with the block. It'll help to get that chest open, keeping that straight line with the shoulders stacked one on top of the other. Breathe in, breathe out, and reach the hand up to the ceiling, right hand to the ceiling. Maybe your gaze will follow the hand. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Breathe in, breathe out, wrap the hand back behind your back and just turn and gaze at the left foot. So we're going to come into that balance. If you feel like you want to try it, so the left knee bends, the right foot comes in a little closer, the left hand reaches forward on the mat about 12 inches in front of your foot, and just leaning into that foot as you lift your right leg. So find some strength in that right leg as well. Send the heel away and keep your hand tucked against your back. It'll make you feel more balanced. And then breathing in, breathing out, slowly step the foot back. Hand comes back to, left hand comes back to your left foot or to the floor. Release back into triangle. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, bend the left knee. Bring yourself up to warrior two. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release the hands. So swivel your feet so you're back in quite a wide stance, just as wide as you need to come down to the mat. So we're going to take our toes out into a wider position. Our hands are together at the chest. We're going to sink down into Malasana. So you have your feet as wide as you need. If you can keep your heels on the floor and having them close, then brilliant. Doesn't work for me, I'm afraid. So take a breath in. And as you breathe out, just sink down into your Malasana. Go careful with hip problems. And when we're down here, reach your hands forward along the mat. So see if you can keep your spine nice and straight. So the head, the neck and the spine is nice and straight, so we're not collapsing down, curling into it. Reach the hands forward. And then slowly slowly release the hips to the mat. Brilliant. So we're nearly done with all of your shapes and exercise this morning. So we're down and sitting down on the mat, the knees bent like this. Just reach your hands forward and gently lean the back just a little bit way back. Lift one foot and then lift the other. Just testing if you're in a balancing position. And if you are, maybe both feet will come up and you're in Navasana, boat pose. So we won't hold it for long. Just take a breath here. And then as you breathe out, release the back, release the legs. Come down to the mat. We're not quite done. So just send the toes away, feel the back body in connection with the mat. And then breathe the hands up as if you're trying to grab hold of a bar. Or imagine there's those two rings when you're in gladiators and you're holding on to those rings and we're going to swing from one place to another. We can think about this even if we're never going to do it. So then you're holding tight onto those rings. So take a breath in, and as you breathe out, engage the whole of the back body, engage the tummy muscles, lift the head, lift the chest, hold those rings. Oh, bring yourself up. Well done. Release the hands. So let's try that once more. Just bring the knees into that bent position, toes to the mat, hands forward. You can stay here if you want to, or you can come into Navasana, boat pose. Keep the tummy strong. Breathe in, breathing out. Release the hands, release the legs, come back to the mat. Grab hold of those rings once more. So engage the back body. Point the toes towards the ceiling so the backs of the legs are really strong. They're pressing into the mat. Engage your tummy muscles. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, start to lift the head and the chest. Oh, and bring yourself up. And then release. Well done. Now, taking a breath in, float the hands up alongside your ears, reach as high as you can. And as you breathe out, drop the left hand forward, the right hand behind. Just twisting and opening the chest, looking towards your right hand. Breathe in, bring the hands back alongside the ears. Breathing out, left hand forward. Is that no? Right hand forward, left hand back. Knew it didn't sound right. You can gaze to your left hand. Breathing in, back to center. Breathing out, release the hands and lower down to the mat. So we'll just do one little release for the back before we come into Shavasana. So bend your knees. Have your feet hip distance apart. Knees pointing up to the ceiling, just keeping that gap between the knees. Hands alongside the body. We're going to just come up into a gentle bridge to ease the lower back. So take a breath in. And as you breathe out, send the knees away from you and it will extend your upper legs and lift the back away from the mat. Just come up as high as feels good for you. And breathe in and release back down. So just do a few of those up and down with your breath. Breathing in, breathing out, releasing the knees away and easing out through the spine. Placing it down. Think about those 5 segments of the spine as you Bring it up from the pelvis, the lower back, the mid back, the upper back, and just feeling it touch on the neck. And then as you release, you're releasing from the neck, the upper back, the mid back, the lower back, and finally the hips. And then just bend your knees and hug them up and over your chest. Come into Apanasana, have a little roll. Do what feels good. And then slide the legs away and set yourself up for Shavasana. And grabbing hold of your layers, your blankets, whatever you need. And we'll come down to the mat and I'll leave you there for as long as you want to stay. Coming down to the mat. Well done. Relaxing in Shavasana. Letting go of any tension anywhere where you're holding on. Taking a few deep breaths in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Let go. Do that again. Breathe in through the nose and out. And with each out breath, just notice how you release any tension in your body. So you did quite a few shapes today. Some strong, not so bad. But hopefully you're feeling the benefits now as you lie there. This is important when we come to this resting stage, to allow the body to reap the benefits of what you've just done. So try and relax from the top of the head all the way down the back body, down to your feet, your toes, your hands and your fingers. And I'm just going to leave you with a little quote from a yoga teacher called Vanda Scarafelli. And I think it sort of sums up what quite often we try to do when we're coming into a yoga pose and we're jamming ourselves into that pose, and why we don't want to do that. We want to do what's right for our body. And she says, do not kill the instinct of the body for the glory of the pose. Do not kill the instinct of the body for the glory of the pose. So I'll leave you there with that thought, and I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Namaste. Thank you everyone for coming.